Hello and welcome to another Gardeners of Wilt-Shire video. I'm your host Luke and this is hobby vlog number 13, I believe. Carrying on with the Marvel Universe game, and it's the Guardians of the Galaxy this time. Now I'm trying to hopefully get all four of these done in one vlog. So if you would have watched my last couple, I concentrated my efforts on sort of two models at a time. So first one was Black Widow and Iron Man, and then it was Thor and Captain America. For these guys, I want to get them done as soon as possible, really. That way I can get some sort of back rep filming done between the two starter sets. It's only going to be 30 levels, but at least it's something different for you guys. That's what we want to try and do. It keeps things interesting for you. So as we can see here, we have got Drax, Gamora, Star-Lord, and Rocket. So I think this is going to have to sort of be a play-by-ear sort of thing on how these guys are painted. Rocket is probably going to be dry brushing. So I'll probably start with the Eshing grey all over the fur, as there's most of him is fur. He's got sort of shorts and a vest on, and then his two guns, and then the rocks. So that's probably going to be easy just to do Eshing grey all over for that. Star-Lord, not really sure. I've seen people do brown coats, some people do red coats. I think I might go brown, as I've done a lot of sort of red cloaks sort of thing with my Rivendell Knights, and then Thor obviously, so I might change it up and go brown. Gamora, pretty straightforward. I think the green, I might do sort of really bright green, so maybe a moot green, a GW colour. And then Drax, I know he's supposed to be green as well, but I might sort of tone it down a little bit so he's sort of more olive coloured maybe. Not really sure yet. As like I say, it's going to be a sort of a play-by-ear sort of deal. Bases, I'm going to do them differently to my Avengers. I'm going to do sort of just a stony basis, so it's going to be all the way over. It's going to be sort of greys and lighter greys, and maybe even highlights a really almost white sort of thing. And then maybe keep the rims black, so it sort of looks like spacey. I'm not really sure. I might have to look online for some inspiration. So that's my next project. Hopefully these guys will be done in the week. If not, I apologise for the wait. So I'll be back once there's a bit of progress with these guys. So here we are back a few days later. It's taken me a bit longer than I'd hoped getting to this stage, but other stuff has got in the way, and hopefully I can get these done as quick as possible now. So left to right, got Drax. Sort of the basic colours, gone for, what kind of green is that? I started with a Warflesh undercoat and then went over in Ogren camo. I really like how it's sort of layered in the colours. It doesn't really need a wash on the top, on his body and his face, to be honest, but I'm going to give a light one anyway just to make the detail pop a little bit more. Other than that, not much more to say. Pretty basic colours all around his armour and his knives, really, his gloves and his boots. Not much more to say, really. Star-Lord, I started to go for a sort of a reddy brown jacket, sort of in between what people normally do for him. Really like how he looks. Hopefully when the wash comes on, the detail will pop even more. Like I say, all these guys are just at the sort of base layer colour at this stage. So hopefully once the washes and highlights are done, these guys will really pop. Gamora. So I know the green is a bit harsh. It is moot green. So you could tell by that it's properly like vibrant radioactive almost, which is what I was going to do for the Hulk. And seeing it on Gamora, I think it would work even better on Hulk. But with Gamora, once the wash is on, hopefully that sort of dulls it down a little bit. With her sort of jumpsuit, I've seen people just do black. I've seen people do sort of quite a light bright blue, sort of go in between. So it's a Stegadon stale green. Yeah, so it's sort of in between blue and black, sort of. I like how it looks. Nothing on this is sort of based on any sort of pictures or anything in the films or in the comic books. It's basically what I want it to look like. So this is the first time I've sort of tried doing it this way. See how it goes. At this stage, I'm quite happy. Rocket. Now I know the Knights Models card, if I can find it here, it's more brown than anything. So we look at that, there's more brown than grey. But I haven't looked at pictures of actual raccoons and of him in the film. They are sort of more grey. So what I might do with this is sort of dry brush on a lighter grey all over and then a light brown, maybe the other way around actually, just to give it a more natural sort of fur look. I know his face is quite sort of out there at the minute, the white, but hopefully when the wash is on there and the darker dry brush, it'll really sort of even it out. Love the detail on his rifle here. If I can get a nice... I love the detail on that. It looks good as it is. Again, doesn't really need the wash. So that's those guys at the minute. I think wash highlights next. Actually no, I'll tell a lie. I think I'll come back with just sort of them all finished and show them off for you. The base is literally just going to be sort of dry brushing up, sort of lighter greys up to an almost white really. See how that looks, and then just a black rim. So hopefully when I come back, these will all be finished. And my Guardians of the Galaxy are finished. As I said before, I'd come in once all the highlights and the bases are done. And that's what it is. Starts left to right, so Star-Lord. Honestly, not much that needed doing. I highlighted sort of his shoulder pad there, because I missed that out to begin with. Base, literally all I've done is sort of a grey, light grey, and an almost white dry brush. Give it sort of like an asteroid sort of look, maybe even the moon sort of thing. That's what I've gone for. Really like how he looks, love the pose. These models, I don't know if I've mentioned, are slightly miscast. All of them are. Like down there you've got a slightly big mold line that I couldn't get rid of. That's probably the only major thing wrong with Star-Lord. But yeah, as I go through the others you'll see sort of where the miscast is really. But he's ready to lead the army, so to speak. Gamora, so where she was sort of miscast is where her arms join on, her upper arms there, not her upper arms, her lower arms, so forearms, and on the waist. But I've managed to fix the waist with green stuff, so it looks like a belt. But the arms, if you look sort of at that angle, her elbow just does not look right. Get a focus shot there. There we go. So her left elbow there sort of sticks out too far. But still very happy with her. Again, the face wasn't so much miscast, it might just be my paint job. But the eyes look a little bit more natural, I think, rather than sort of comic book style. Still not perfect, still working on eyes to be honest, but happy with those. So that's Gamora. Let's go Drax next actually, leave Rocket. So Drax, I decided to go for actual comic book sort of looking, so his green is more light, and he's got sort of the red tattoos. I'm not sure entirely on the design of the tattoos, so I've sort of freehanded it sort of, so it starts there, wraps around his arm just like that. I'm sure there's more to him, but I thought that'll do for now. On his sort of thigh panels as well, I've noticed on the comic book versions there's sort of the red bits on the raised parts. So I decided to just quickly do that. Really like him. Face, along his sort of left hand side, you can see a general mould line where they sort of shove the two ends together. Tried to get rid of it when I put them together, but it just shows a bit more now when he's painted up. Still, not too bad. Like him. Now Rocket, probably in the last clip looked a bit rough, but now he's probably the best painted one, I'd say, out of the four. So I said I'd dry brush over it with a light grey, and I have done, and it sort of makes him look a little bit more realistic, especially around the face, like that. It looks a lot more realistic. The guns, I wanted to do sort of more cosmic colours, but I'm not sure. That'll do for now. I really like how they look, but in the future I probably will sort of adjust them to make it a little bit more, as he's in an intergalactic raccoon, I'll try and make him so. Some of the details I've quickly picked out are the bullet chain around his body. I sort of did the bullet sort of ends in gold just to add a bit of an extra dimension to the colours. And I really like his base as well. His rock is really cool. So that is my Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm going to try and get these up against the Avengers in a bat rep soon, just to see who come out on top. I reckon the Guardians will, just with what their firepower they've got with, especially those three over there, and then the tactical support from Star-Lord. I think these will absolutely smash the Avengers, but we'll see. So that's the end of this hobby vlog. If you've enjoyed the video, make sure you comment, like, share and subscribe. Like our Facebook page, and we'll be back very soon.